Brad Pitt's epic method acting fail. Beans triggered a crew flee. Brad Pitt's hilarious method acting fail. Crew flees film set. Brad Pitt's bean-fueled farts shut down a film set. Brad Pitt's epic method acting fail. Beans triggered a crew flee. When method acting goes hilariously wrong. Brad Pitt's infamous bean-eating disaster. Ever wonder what happens when dedication to craft meets digestive reality? Hollywood icon Brad Pitt recently shared a gut-busting, quite literally, tale from his early acting days that proves even the biggest stars have their embarrassing moments. During an appearance on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce, Pitt recounted a memorable mishap that occurred while filming one of his first movie roles. In an attempt to embrace method acting, a technique where actors fully immerse themselves in their characters, Pitt took things a bit too far with a seemingly simple scene involving a plate of beans. Picture this: a cramped cafe set, packed with 60 crew members on a sweltering day. Pitt's character, who hadn't eaten for days, finally gets his moment with a heaping plate of beans and bacon. Determined to nail the authenticity, our ambitious young actor proceeded to devour entire plates of beans. Not just once, but 4 times in succession. But here's where things took an unexpected turn. Something hit me, Pitt revealed, describing the moment nature decided to assert itself. Trapped in his chair with nowhere to go, what followed was what he described as the most diabolical something that sent the entire crew fleeing from the cafe in horror. Interestingly enough, this gastrointestinal catastrophe didn't deter Pitt from becoming Hollywood's most famous on-screen eater. There's even a viral YouTube compilation titled 15 Minutes of Brad Pitt Eating that's garnered 2.7 million views. Though Pitt himself seems puzzled by this peculiar aspect of his legacy, noting that eating is simply something everyone does. Currently, you can catch a food-free Pitt in F1, which has already achieved a remarkable $144 million global opening, marking Apple's biggest box office success to date. Industry insiders hint that sequel discussions are already underway. But here's a thought-provoking question for our readers. Was Pitt's dedication to method acting admirable or unnecessarily extreme? Where should actors draw the line between commitment to craft and practical considerations? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear whether you think this approach to acting is worth the potential complications. Brad Pitt's hilarious method acting fail. Crew flees film set. Imagine trying so hard to get into character that you accidentally clear a room. Brad Pitt shared a hilarious and cringeworthy story about his early days in acting that left the crew of a film set fleeing in horror. In a candid conversation with Travis and Jason Kelce on their New Heights podcast, Pitt revealed a method acting experiment gone awry. One of my first movies, we were working on a small indie film in a tiny cafe. The place was packed with about 60 crew members, and it was sweltering hot. You could barely breathe, the 61-year-old actor reminisced. His character was supposed to be famished, having not eaten for days, and was finally getting a plate of beans and bacon. Determined to get the role right, Pitt decided to go all in with a method acting approach. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this right. So I just powered through that plate of beans. Take after take, I did the same thing. But then, something hit me, Pitt said, causing the Kelce brothers to burst into laughter. There was nothing I could do. I was stuck in my chair, and nature took its course. And then, suddenly, the entire crew, it was the most diabolical thing. They all fled the cafe. That's a confession you've heard first, right here. Ever since then, I paced myself, Pitt joked. The Kelce brothers couldn't help but laugh, with Travis adding, "Beans will do it to ya, baby," and Jason joking that Pitt has a knack for clearing rooms. Before his breakout role, Pitt had minor parts in films like Hunk, No Man's Land, Less Than Zero, and No Way Out in 1987. His first leading role came in 1988's The Dark Side of the Sun, but it was his performance alongside Susan Sarandon and Geena Davis in the 1991 adventure thriller Thelma and Louise that truly put him on the map. On the podcast, Pitt admitted to being starstruck by Sarandon and Davis during the filming of Thelma and Louise, though he quickly overcame his nerves. Pitt's most recent role is as Formula One driver Sonny Hayes in the new film F1. I love a good sports movie when they work. There's something special about them. Even one game feels like a whole lifetime, Pitt told the Kelce brothers. He drew parallels between the world of sports and life, noting, "We watch you guys, we see how you handle adversity, how you fight through it, and it's a powerful metaphor for life." F1 is now playing in theaters. But here's where it gets controversial. Should actors go to such lengths for their roles? Or is there a line that shouldn't be crossed? Share your thoughts in the comments. Brad Pitt's bean-fueled farts shut down a film set. Imagine a scenario where the star power of a Hollywood icon isn't enough to keep a film set bustling. Instead, it's the power of beans. Brad Pitt, the suave and often serious actor, has a surprising story that might just change your perception of celebrity life. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this tale be a clever marketing ploy, or is it a genuine moment of human vulnerability? During an appearance on the New Heights podcast, Pitt revealed a side of himself that's far from the glamorous red carpet. He recounted a particularly memorable incident from one of his early film projects. In a small, cramped cafe, packed with around 60 crew members, the atmosphere was already stifling. The scene required his character, who hadn't eaten for days, to devour a plate of beans and bacon. Determined to nail the role, Pitt went all in, method acting at its finest. He described, "I just powered down this plate of beans. Take 2, do the same thing. Take 3, I do the same thing. On 4, I do the same thing. Then, oh no, something hit me. And then suddenly the entire crew, the most diabolical something descended on the crew in the whole room, and they fled the cafe." For those unfamiliar with the power of beans, they can produce some potent gases. Pitt's dedication to his craft inadvertently led to a mass evacuation, proving that even the biggest stars can have moments that are anything but glamorous. The hosts of the podcast, the Kelce brothers, couldn't contain their laughter, making them perhaps the only ones who could coax such a candid admission from movie star. And this is the part most people miss. Was Pitt's bean-induced chaos a spontaneous mishap, or was it a calculated move to break the ice and add a bit of humor to the set? After all, sometimes the best way to connect with your audience is through a good laugh, even if it comes at the expense of a little dignity. What do you think? Was this a genuine moment of human connection, or was Brad Pitt playing a long game of pranks? Share your thoughts in the comments below.